Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Slay to Success show. My name is Rochelle Hemingway, and I'm affectionately called the Slay Queen. So, we're going to give it a few minutes here, not a few minutes, maybe a few seconds, y'all, right? For you to get cozy in your seat and really come into this space so we can talk specifically to something that my clients are continually sharing with me. And I feel that it is necessary for us just to get this out plain and center. All right. So come on in. This is the Slay to Success show, and I am streaming on 3 platforms. So as you come on in, if you are in LinkedIn, let me know. Okay. And those that are in my Facebook community, hello, Queens, in my Slate to Success Facebook community. And if you're not part of the community and you are a woman, you need to reach out to me on Facebook and I will add you to this amazing exclusive women's group. And then I'm on YouTube, y'all. Okay, so I've got 3 platforms right now. They're happening simultaneously. And I started this Slate to Success show probably about a year or so, and I just had it in my community, but now I'm bringing it all to you, and I'm sharing a lot of different things about what I have learned in my life. And so, what am I about? What am I doing? Well, I'm using my self discipline and bold leadership skills, y'all, to help empower you to face your fears and insecurities, to step up and step into your next big thing, whatever that is. It could be your career, you're getting a promotion, you're transitioning or relocating to a different place. Maybe you are retiring, like I have been retired for about 2 years now. And so you need more confidence. You need, to feel more boldly about what you're stepping up and into. I'm your girl. I help you to do that. Okay. And I use all of the experiences and lessons learned over my 30-year, that's right. I keep saying 30 years, but 3 decades, y'all, of military service in the United States Air Force, huh? And so today's conversation, if you're coming in, please let me know where you're viewing in. I got a couple of, hey, Monique, welcome, my queen. And who we have? Love that step up and step into. Yes. I got, hey, mama, hey. So thank you all for joining me today. And let me know who you are so I can shout out your name. But I absolutely love this space. And I love the fact that I get to, not that I have to, I get to share with you all some of the things that I have learned. So that way you don't have to figure these things all out. And then you can tell yourself, I ain't all crazy. Okay. And I'm going to help you with that because sometimes we are walking in our minds and in our head. We got all these thoughts going on, and we're like, we're doing this alone. No, you're not. Okay. So I am a speaker, I am a self published author, a mentor. And so today's topic of conversation is about this phenomenon called imposter syndrome. Okay. If you know what imposter syndrome is, I need you to put a 1 in the comments for me. Okay. If you're not quite sure of what imposter syndrome is, put a 2 in the comments so I know who I'm speaking to. Okay. Because I wanted you to understand that these things just are not by happenstance. Some of these things you're thinking, there is somewhat of a title attached to it. However, these are feelings, okay? These are feelings that we have about ourselves that we're not quite sure of what's holding us back. Okay, so let's see here. Imposter syndrome is just this phenomenon like you're faking it, okay? That you're there because somehow or another, someone decided that you were ready for this, whatever it is, right? You could ready for that promotion, ready for that position, ready for that transition. And you're feeling like, this ain't real. Okay, this is not really real to me. And, you know, even though you have so much experience and you have so much knowledge and you have a high competency, you still doubt yourself. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, it can affect anyone, but who it mostly affects are high achievers and those that are working in male dominated industries. Okay. And I can speak to this all day long because I have experienced imposter syndrome and will continue to experience some of the feelings or the symptoms of imposter syndrome for probably the rest of my life. But I don't let it overwhelm me, y'all. I don't let it overwhelm me. So let's just go back, dial this back, and I'm going to unpeel the onion for just a hot second. Okay. So you understand where I'm speaking from. I again was 30 years in the military. My last position, I was selected to sit in as the command chief master sergeant. Now, I automatically got into my mind of why am I here? I don't belong here. There's no one that looks like me. In fact, I don't even think they created this space with me in mind. So, what can I offer? All right. Why did they choose me? And so for the first couple of months, I was just dialed into this way of talking. I don't know where it came from. And all the while I'm like, girl, you've been in 26 years. What you talking about? You've probably experienced so much over this, you know, career that you can do this frontwards, backwards, and inside out, regardless of what the environment is. So you got to get over it. But some of us are feeling like we're just pretending, right? We're pretending to fill the role and we're not quite sure why we're there. We don't have a lot of confidence in our abilities. We don't have confidence in our achievements. And so, we shirk ourselves and we make ourselves seem very smaller than what we are because if they just find out who we really are, they're just going to let us go. And then we have a lot of things that we doubt, like we don't deserve it. All right, we're here by luck and circumstance. All right, or any other factors. Maybe like for me, maybe I'm just a product of affirmative action. And that's why they selected me to sit in as a command chief. Okay. But these are real, I'm talking real struggles, y'all. I don't sugarcoat anything because I believe if we openly talk about it, then it helps someone else to kind of figure out, hey, you know what? I'm not the only one. We tell ourselves we are not good enough, that we're not worthy. Hey, Queen. Hey, Chevy. Welcome on in. Um, I see you. Yes. Thank you for being here and showing up with me. I got a hey here. Whoever put a hey here, please let me know who you are. We're streaming in. And let me give you a shout out. So thank you so much for, taking time out of your schedules because I know you busy, Queens, and really coming in here and having this discussion about imposter syndrome. And so I was telling Chevy, I left off on, we tell ourselves that we're not good enough. Okay. We go about our days saying, I'm not worthy. All right. I'm not worthy to myself. I'm not worthy to other people. And I mean, this compound effect, all right, starts adding up and accumulating over time. And you just really can't think straight and you really can't perform at your best. We dwell on our mistakes. I remember, again, I sent out emails, y'all, a lot. And I remember a time where I used to sit at my computer and I would sit there for about an hour reviewing my email to make sure every I was dotted, every T was crossed, all my verbiage was lined up, making sure I didn't have any fragmented sentences. All right, making sure the commas were there. And all the while, y'all, I was like, what am I doing? And I would send out the email, and guess what? People would be like, hey, you forgot this or you forgot that. And I'm like, okay, that's mistakes that I made. And that would affect my whole day. My whole day. I would just think about that. Like, what are you doing? You just making mistakes in here. You're not supposed to be in this position, right? So many people struggle with celebrating wins because yes, they do. And if we don't spend enough time celebrating our accomplishments, because it's so easy to look at the negative instead of what we're actually doing. So you're absolutely correct, Chevy. And so we overwork ourselves. Okay. This is where the grind and the hustle and all those symptoms come from. We work ourselves to a point where we're so exhausted, we don't have time to do anything else for the rest of the day, especially if you have a family. You don't even have time to spend with them because you have sat there at work or done a 12 to 14-hour day and think that you can go back home and give, I mean, you given the last hour, if you will, and it's not productive and it's not healthy at all. So we overwork ourselves to strive to be overachievers, and we try to meet all these expectations, and we're avoiding being exposed as a fraud, because again, once they find out that we are not supposed to be there, this is in our minds, y'all, then we're going to get fired or we're going to get dismissed. Okay. And so we downplay our accomplishments so much. I do speak to humility. I know you all know what humility is, and, not trying to be boasting or bragging about all the things that you do, but we don't acknowledge and we don't celebrate our accomplishments enough. And so we like pat everybody else on the back and we're celebrating them all day, but when it comes to us, it's like, yeah, okay, let's just like water it down just a little bit more, right? And then that holds us back from reaching those goals, dreams, and aspirations that we are trying to pursue, because we're have these challenges of fear of failures and being discovered. And so we have to take the first step to overcome imposter syndrome. And this is what we need to do, y'all. Okay. So buckle up here. Number one, all right. And I think this is by far some of the best advice that I was given probably about 10 or so years ago as I was going up and into the roles. And even as I've transitioned out of the military and into my business. All right. Because imposter syndrome still keeps creeping in. Like, you not you not no speaker. You not no author. What you talking about, girl? What do you think that these people need to know about, right? And so I have to overcome that. But the first thing that I have to do, and we have to do collectively, is we got to do a reality check. Okay? Check the reality. Number one is we got to learn the facts. We make a lot of assumptions about what we think other people think about us. And for me, one of the ways was, I I used to get about myself because I was interpreting things so wrongly. I would interpret frowns, I would interpret arms crossing, I would interpret your body language. I would interpret all these different things as um y- you this is a negative thing for me. I would just spiral out of control. And people would have meetings or they would have lunches, and I wasn't invited, okay, to these particular uh events. And I just thought, oh, okay, um this is my reality. And it really wasn't. I just got this over embellishing of somewhat of my ego. And it really took over me because I assumed that my coworkers, my peers, um, that they were talking about me, and they really weren't. All right. And a lot of times they were rooting for me. They wanted to see me succeed. But I had to overcome the thoughts that I wasn't good enough to be there. All right. And we have to understand, is this a thought or is it a fact? All right. And we have to like think about that more. And so, we learn the facts, okay? Then we got to celebrate our successes. Then we got to let go of perfectionism, all right, which I'm a recovering perfectionism, okay? We got to recover from that or let it go. We have to have some self compassion about ourselves and give ourselves a lot of grace because we are humans. We need to share our failures. All right. I share a lot about the things that I got wrong. All right. That I messed up on and that I had to apologize to because if I didn't think that people are infallible and that leaders don't make mistakes, leaders make mistakes all the time. Some leaders admit to it and some do not. For me, I like to share. Okay, it's a thought that we have to let go because we create it. Yes, ma'am, we do. And it's probably from past experiences. Maybe we had an incident that occurred and someone else was telling you, hey, you didn't do it right, or you're never going to make it, or you're not ever going to succeed. And we plant this seed and it starts growing and gets bigger and bigger every single time. Okay, so we're the ones who put these things in our minds. And so we can, if we put it there, we can take it out. You just have to do the work, y'all. Okay. So instead of getting sucked into this negative, thoughts quicksand, if you will, we have to make a self affirming statement. And we have to tell ourselves, I'm having this thought because I'm not feeling so confident about myself today. Okay. That's one affirmation, if you will, that I used to tell myself a lot. Okay. I had to tell myself, I'm not so confident. I'm not feeling so confident today. Okay. What do I need to do to increase my confidence level? Well, one of the things that I know that we can do for ourselves is to get really smart and up to speed on the knowledge of our particular arena. Okay. So if you're in your career, you really get smart about what you do on a regular basis to be the expert. All right. As I've transitioned, I'm getting really smart and getting a little bit more knowledge about business. Okay, and this increases our confidence level. All right, because the reality is we have tons of experience and tons of education, and we put in hard work and effort every single day. Okay, so never count yourself out. You've got to believe in yourself, and I know there's an emotional angst about it. All right. There's a lot of stress, maybe some anxiety, maybe a lot of, thinking to yourself that I, I, I don't know why I'm here. Okay. So these imposter feelings can arise. They can come and go at any point of our life, at any season of our life. We just have to recognize and counter attack. Okay, so I'm all in the slay mode. Slay means to kill it, to dominate it, and to nail it, to be on point and to impress greatly. Okay, and as we have this mindset, as we go into it, as we have it, thank you. It's Terrence Brown. All right. I am trying to give it to y'all so that way you can go out and do what you said you want to do without creating the barriers and the obstacles, which 99% of the time is us. 99% of the time. So when we can figure out how we're going to, stay ready, be ready, because you know what that is. S, stay ready, be ready, lead out loud, a sense of community, a sense of family, and knowing you are built to last as the foundational principle before we go out and do all the things that we said we want to do. We will counteract these emotions, these feelings, this sense of, I'm just not who I say I am. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, so just accept it. Accept that imposter syndrome will creep in and creep out of your life, but you can take the necessary steps to make sure that that doesn't stop you from reaching your goals, your dreams, or your aspirations. So today's discussion, y'all, is about imposter syndrome, and the symptoms are pretty much about feeling like you're a fraud. You don't have that self-confidence like you thought you would. You're doubting yourself and your abilities and your achievements. You're dwelling on your mistakes. You're overworking to prove something to all the people, and you're holding back. And we ain't got time for that. Okay, so we are going to counteract by learning the facts and not making assumptions, celebrating our wins and our successes, letting go of perfectionism, having some self compassion and giving yourself grace, sharing your failures with the people that you work with or your family members, so they know that you're not infallible. And lastly, we're going to accept it. Okay, so this is your Slate Queen, and this was the Slate to Success show. And I'm going to count us out here so that way you can get back to doing what you do. And I know that is in slay mode. So I offer a whole lot of assistance and support. You will see it in the chat or in the posting as it comes out. Reach out if you need me for anything, and keep on slaying until you can't slay no more. Bye-bye, y'all. Thanks for coming. And if you come back for the replay, put in hashtag replay. Bye.